If someone was to walk up to you and ask you what the Trinity is, what would you tell them? Welcome to the first episode of what I like to call the Popcorn Pulpit. And this teaching series will use secular media to try and explain Christian concepts. And the first one we're going to look at today is the Trinity. And the media or the tool that we're going to be using is a popular cartoon series known as Ben 10. Ben 10 is the story of a boy who finds a watch. In the cartoon, it's known as the Omnitrix. And this alien device allows him to transform into different kinds of aliens. So he'll just set the watch, hit the watch, and he'll transform into any alien that is stored in the database of that watch. Now, when we try to explain the concept of the Trinity, sometimes we use examples like this, that God is like water. Water can be found as steam, water can be found as ice or in liquid form, but it is still water. The same way Christians will say that there is only one God. The Father is God, the Son is God, and the Holy Spirit is God. But these three separate persons are really just one God. Now, that analogy of water falls apart because what it is teaching us is that God changes forms, the same way water changes forms. And it's like Ben 10, when he transforms into an alien, he can transform into 4 arms, he can transform into any other alien that is within his database. But he's still Ben 10, it's still one Ben 10. There's only one Ben 10, even though he's changing forms to different aliens. Now that analogy falls apart because in the Bible, the Father and Son communicate. Jesus prays to the Father, and the Father speaks to Jesus. The Father and Son send the Holy Spirit, and the Holy Spirit glorifies the Father and the Son. So these are not just changing forms. These are people or persons who are communicating with one another and interacting with one another. Water, even though it exists in 3 different forms, those forms cannot coexist at the same time. Water cannot be ice and vapor and liquid at the same time. It is impossible. So that analogy fails. Ben 10 cannot be 4 arms, cannot be any other alien at the same time as he is human. He will have to transform to a different kind of alien to be that particular alien, even though he is Ben 10. And that particular alien, if it's 4 arms, for example, 4 arms cannot communicate with Ben 10 because 4 arms is Ben 10. Whatever 4 arms says, it is Ben 10 who is talking, just appearing in a different form. So that analogy falls apart. But in the Ben 10 series, there is one particular alien who can help us understand what the Trinity is. Again, let me define it. The Trinity teaches that there is one God, and this one God exists as 3 co-equal persons, separate persons, one God, one being, 3 different persons. In Ben 10, there is a particular alien known as Alien X.
Gotta stop that water. Good a time as any to give this one a try. Alien X! Seconded! Water-stopping motion carry!
Oh, yes!
Wow.
No lie. Has he ever turned into that guy before?
Nope. But with all that power, he's got to be the go-to hero from now on. Ben?
This is awesome! Quick, how do I make something else happen?
You are one of 3.
Weren't you listening?
Yeah, whatever. Okay, Team Alien X, let's move!
are one of the most powerful beings in the universe.
Because we are the most deliberative.
Huh? You mean the Earth is safe?
No. How'd you get that?
I am Serena, the voice of love and compassion.
And I'm Bellicus, the voice of rage and aggression. You're supposed to be the voice of reason!
Alien X is unique because Alien X, within himself, has persons. When Ben transforms to Alien X, the people around him see Alien X, but Ben 10 sees different persons before him. He sees a being or an entity known as Bellicus and another entity known as Serena. And Ben 10 completes the triad as the voice of reason. So Bellicus and Serena and Ben are Alien X. One Alien X, three persons. Bellicus is not Serena, Serena is not Ben, Ben is not Bellicus, and etc. They are completely separate, they have their own will, they have their own emotion, yet it is one Alien X. This is a nice analogy to show that a being, at least conceptually, can be more than one person. And Ben 10 can act independently as Ben 10. But at the same time, when Ben acts while he's in the form of Alien X, we can say that Alien X is also acting. If you are to be asked to point to Ben 10 when he's in the Alien X form, you will point at Alien X. If you ask to point to Bellicus, you will point at Alien X. When asked to point to Serena, you will point to Alien X. Yet you're pointing to three distinct persons, but still one being. This is what the Trinity teaches concerning the nature of God. And God is one being, but three persons. The persons are co-equal, they are independent, and yet it is just one God. The concept of the Trinity is what is the best explanation as to who God is like. We believe that God is perfect. God needs nothing. And so, for a God who is love, the Bible describes that God is love. For a God who is love, the only way that God can be love is if he exists as a multiplicity of persons. And therefore, even before he created anything, we can say the Father loved the Son, and the Son loved the Father, and the Spirit loved all. There was an existing relationship between all of them. So that God does not need us to show affection, or God does not need us to learn how to love. God is perfect, and we are made in his image. In the Bible, there is one verse that confuses many people. And that verse is this: in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. How can the Word be with God and God at the same time? Unless we say that there are two gods, that there is one God who is next to another God, and both of them share the nature of God. But the problem is that the Bible always affirms there is only one God. Therefore, how can this one God be with God and still be God at the same time? We can see that this is possible with the analogy that we've used for Alien X. We can take the words of the Bible and infuse them into Ben 10 and say this: in the beginning was Ben, and Ben was with Alien X, and Ben was Alien X. This is a completely true statement. We are able to distinguish Ben, and we are able to distinguish Alien X. Ben is with Bellicus and Serena, and they are Alien X. All of them, even though Ben is not Bellicus, and Ben is not Serena. So in the beginning, Ben was with Alien X, and Ben